Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Those who are new, welcome. Today we are playing I butchered that name, like, way too much. I'm so sorry about that, developers. Please forgive me. Well, let's get into the review before I embarrass myself anymore on the name of this game. Alright, so, that's a really nice, intro. Graphics are really nice. That fan's a little janky, but who doesn't have a janky fan in the house? I really gotta say, the art style for this, models, everything put together, it looks so nice. Like, dang, they really put the extra effort into this game on the models. You can see on the bottom the reflection of the can, the lighting, the shadows. Granted, your character model doesn't, wait, do I stand corrected? Is there a character model shadow on the ground? When I played through, I didn't really notice a character model shadow, and I am looking at like the notes thing here, and I didn't put that in, but I don't see a character model shadow, so I'm going to say that you don't have a model, and it's just an invisible cube, or cylinder. So that's one thing to notice, but that's so minuscule that I don't think anyone's going to even care, which we call it. This game's about you making a special drink that your grandfather left you the recipe for. And what I keep going back and forth to in this little video is the the recipe book. It gives you the instructions on how to make it. And I'm not good at making this. And so it's pretty straightforward on what they want you to do. You follow the instructions. It's just like cooking, but it's in a game. So Cooking Sim 2020, here we come. And controls are really simple in this game. They did a good job with that. I had no issues with it. So for the controls, you have WASD, WASD. For those who don't know what WASD is, that's your basic movement. You have your mouse to look around, and the buttons you use to click to pick up, drop, place where they need to go. Pretty simple. Sound in this game was pretty nice too. You can hear water, there's a radio. It was pretty nice. And I really have no idea what this contraption is. It looks like something you see in a meth lab, not gonna lie. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. So now that we're pretty much done talking about controls, I'm gonna go back on the topic of graphics. One thing I do know about the graphics is the models are really high end, the texturing is really nice. Everything was well done except for really the shadows. They were jaggedy, they didn't really put too much anti-aliasing in. And for those that don't know what anti-aliasing is say you have a line, it's going to be jagged, and so the more you add, the more pixels it puts, and it makes it look more of like a line instead of like multiple pixels. And it takes a little more hit on your frame rate, but it looks a lot better, and they didn't really implement that much. I didn't pay attention to like the frame rate of the game to really say was it really worth it, but that's the only real downside I have about the graphics here, and that was pretty solid. And then if you look out this window, it's a picture and it's not an actual model, so they did that so it's less of a hit on your frame rate because it's looking at a flat object instead of a 3D modeled object. And then here you also can hear the radio now that I finally have turned on. And there's just different things, like when you turn the stove on off, you get the nice clicking of the stove. And let's get back to the main part of the game. It's making this special drink, which I am absolutely terrible at. I spent more time than I wanted to on it. And there's two gauges there you can see, and you want to keep them both in the green to produce the special liquid. and I struggled at keeping it within the special liquid mark of green. You can see by the quick looking around that I was getting bored, and because it's a waiting game, you gotta let them both get there, reduce pressure, rinse, and repeat. One thing I do have to say is this recording is at times 2 speed. It was 16 minutes in all, but I decided to cut it at double speed so you can kind of see kind of like the main process. I don't know if people are going to care about the copyrighted music in the background, but I don't know really where it would necessarily come in. I don't know who sung that, so sorry if this is copyrighted, but this is in-game volume, so I should be fine. Should in theory. And as you can see here, you're going to spend a lot of time sitting here. Wait, the second farther back dial is going to take a lot longer to refill than the one up front. And I kind of found that really, really annoying. But I made it through eventually. Oh yeah, you can crouch. I don't think I told you about that, but you got the nice little crouch ability. And kind of nice. But one thing I do have to say is this apartment looks lived in. It's not like a pristine, brand new, modern apartment. It's looked lived in. The textures on the walls were nice. Breakage on the wall, like, you know, cracks up in the paint. Kind of nice. The stove looks used. It doesn't look new. It's just nice to make this feel more alive than what it really is. The refrigerator, you can't open it, but it looks used. It's like you're in like the kitchen area of the house. You can't. This is the only room that's in the game, so that is a small downside. But for the most part, it's not too big of a deal, and there's really no need to travel anywhere else for this game. And I'm just gonna kind of let this play through. You'll see kind of what to do. I'm probably the worst example on this game, but this is kind of what I was doing for when playing it. And it was mostly me sitting here, biscuits in the red, then I bring it down, rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. It was a little tedious, but not too bad at all. But if you listen to the ambient noise, it's just nice. Kind of, it's the sink. And yeah, I pretty much ended it, and you're making vodka pretty much of what it is. So how I rate. Enjoyability, it got a 6 out of 10. I didn't really enjoy it. Too teetery, messing with the 2 dials, making them in the green. So that's why I got a 6. Controls, 8 out of 10. The clicking with the mouse was a little hard. So it's solid, but has room to improve. Visuals, got an 8 out of 10. I love everything pretty much about this game's visually, except for the shadows. You're going to see a lot of them, so got an 8 out of 10. Sound, 7 out of 10. Wasn't bad, wasn't good, but kind of a good solid spot. Story, it was a recipe book. There really wasn't much to it. Simple to follow, so 7 out of 10. You know, maybe a little more backstory would be nice, and it would get higher. So overall, I did give this a 7.2. And if you're the type of person that likes messing with little nitpicky things, this is your type of game. For me, I like the quick, simple game, and this kind of didn't really meet my normal likings of a game. But to each of their own on their games, I do like it for the most part, you know, building everything. But once you get past that, I was like, not really. So thank you all for watching this video. Thanks for showing up and watching it. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.